Hi there, it's Grace Marshall, and I'm talking in from the City Parents Accelerator 2019 conference at the Allen and Overy offices in London. It's been a brilliant conference. I just wanted to do a really quick check-in for day 3 of National Conversation Week. Obviously, we've had some great conversations today, loads of stuff, and I needed to do a little bit of thinking to percolate that, and then I'll probably be sharing that with you. So the one thing I want to share with you today is just something that occurred to me as Bryony Gordon was giving the closing talk at this conference about mental health and self-care. And one of the things that she said was that actually the best way to look at exercise is not to look at the losses, but to look at the gains. So she talked about how in her 20s, exercise was all about losing weight. It was all about being smaller. It was all about the losses. Whereas now she sees exercise as a way of gaining clarity and gaining perspective and gaining energy. So I thought that was a really great shift in perspective, looking at the gains rather than the losses. And today, in this conference, my particular role was to speak on a panel about work-life boundaries. And the idea is kind of setting boundaries. Often we look at that as like, what am I losing out on? So it's like, we've had lots of conversations around how people are feeling like they can, they can't work as long as the rest of their colleagues because they have to go and collect their kids. So they're like, well, I can't compete with my colleagues because I'm not, I'm losing out in terms of the hours that I can put in. And I just wonder if, that can shift. If you're thinking, I can't do that because, and you're looking at the losses, maybe start looking at what the gains are. So, for example, actually, I'm leaving the office not, so that I can't get all these other emails sent. Actually, I'm leaving the office so that I can go pick my daughter up. In fact, one of the moderator for this panel, she was saying, this evening I'm going to be taking my daughter swimming, and how am I going to stop, looking at my phone and think of the emails and all the other things I need to do? And maybe it's not about thinking of the things you can't do. Maybe it's about looking for the gains. So actually, right now, I'm going to be here because I get to watch my daughter learn to swim. I get to notice the things that she can do this week that she couldn't do last week. I get to enjoy this feeling that I have of that feeling of pride and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I want to share with you today. See where that takes you. So maybe it's about what you say yes to rather than what you say no to. Or maybe it's about looking at your work-life boundaries and thinking of what do I gain by focusing on this rather than what am I losing out on by not being able to stay as late as everybody else. So let me know how you get on with that. I hope this is recorded well. If not, I'll just have to do it again later. Right now, what I need to say yes to is going to the loo because I really need a wee. So I'll say bye for now.